What is the best year for a rapper? People mostly talk about the best years in general for rap, but when you ever look up the words best year for a rapper, you would never really see it. Sure, the best year for rap is a interesting concept in of itself. I feel like most people never talk about specifically rappers. That's the question in of itself. What is the greatest year for a rapper? And what I mean by that is in 365 days or in 1 year, who is the rapper that has done the most during that amount of time? Now, before I reveal my answers, I'm going to reveal how I'm going to be grading this. Number one is going to be the quality. Of course. No one's going to say the greatest year for a rapper is someone who sounds like complete fucking ass, which is basically self-explanatory of itself. The next thing I'm going to be grading on is popularity. Now, what that means is that, I'm not going to be giving artists who have 1,200 monthly listeners the greatest year for a rapper. Now, sure, they can sound really fucking good on the mic and have really good music, but it's not really the greatest year for a rapper overall, because we're specifically focusing on the quality of the music rather than quality or impact, which leads up to my next one being impact. Sure, you can have a really good album with some good popularity, but who cares if no one remembers it 5 years later? And that is how I'm going to be grading this list. Now, I have chosen 2 different rappers during this period, but first, let's get stuck on the one that I chose. When I was making this list, this is the first rapper that I thought of being 2004 MF Doom. The reason I thought of MF Doom first was 1, because of quality. In 2004, MF Doom dropped 2 great fucking albums. One in March being Mad Villainy and the other being Food in November. With Mad Villainy being one of the best alternative hip hop records ever, MF Doom's wordplay with Mad Villainy's beat structure. Then the second album being Food, which is just a album about food. That's basically it, but however, it is still very good. The second reason I would put him here is because of his influence. Although his influence wasn't really recognized until later, many people knew of MF Doom just because of those 2 albums. The only thing I would be iffy on would probably be popularity. Although it's MF Doom's 2 biggest albums, most people didn't really recognize it according to charts or numbers, but still really fucking great, and that's why I put him on here. Now, the next pick on here, I talk about a lot on this channel, and it's 2010 Kanye West. I'm actually lying. It's actually 2004 Kanye West. And I was actually lying again. It was actually 2018 Kanye West. I don't know if I'm being a contrarian, but in my opinion, this is technically the best year for Kanye, in my opinion. If you would ask someone what would be the best year for Kanye, they would either say when he dropped My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, or when he started with a College Dropout in the College Dropout series. But overall, for a year of what Kanye West has been doing, I would probably say 2018 is the best year. First, let's talk about quality, and Kanye West dropped probably his 2 most underrated albums in my opinion, that being of Ye and Kids See Ghosts. The first one being at the start of June in 2018, being Ye. And this is probably one of his most underrated records ever. The reason probably being is that he is being more emotional on his album, and I really fucking appreciate it. From the intro track being thinking about killing himself to the song Wouldn't Leave, talking about how his wife would still stay with him no matter what he says, to the outro track talking about his children and their future. It is undoubtedly one of Kanye West's most underrated albums, and in fact, in my opinion, it could be a sleeper top 5 on a certain day or whatever. Then we got Kids See Ghosts, which is probably even more underrated if you think about it. This one came out a week right after Ye dropped, and I feel like, in my opinion, outside of Reborn, many people don't really look back at this album. But this album is really fucking good, and it's a really weird experimental type of album where The first song could be really slow, very, very lax, and the next one being, you know, very hype and whatever. And it would all sound really fucking good. Now, quality besides, it's Kanye West. I mean, the album is going to be popular no matter what due to the fact that Kanye West is dropping it. The only thing that probably needs review is maybe its influence, as it is definitely way weaker in its influence compared to 2004 MF Doom. But this album is just barely 7 years old, and you know what? Time could tell. Maybe this album could impact, you know, the future of music like 5 or 10 or so years later. And yep, those are my 2 selections. Now, I know I didn't really say an answer, but if I had to choose one, gun to my head, I would probably choose 2018 Kanye West, because not only the fact that he dropped 2 very great albums, he also helped executively produce some other albums in his label, such as Pusha T's Daytona. And that is how I'm going to end off this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you think I missed out on some other rapper, go ahead to type it down in the comments saying how much I'm a fucking dumbass that I missed this rapper. But anyways guys, hope y'all enjoying the video.
Is coming on thousands of people in Slovakia.